What's going on, my people? And welcome back to Is Rock's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to be discussing one of the most outlandish, craziest movies I've seen in a while. You got it. We're talking about Cocaine Bear. This movie, man, where do I begin? I saw one trailer, I saw a poster in the theater, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to do no more until I actually go see this movie. I saw the poster and I thought to myself, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Saw the trailer, I was like, this shit look crazy. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. It was gonna be his last movie prior to his death. And I said, you know what? That's a movie I gotta check out regardless. Shea Jackson Jr. is gonna be in it, and Kerry Russell. I was like, you know what? Let's go check this out. And after seeing it, I can say with confidence that it's exactly what a movie named Cocaine Bear should be. Aside from being extremely fun and outrageous, this was definitely a comedy thriller. This movie was hysterical from start to finish. I was, man, laughing so frequent. I haven't laughed like this in a movie in a long time. So many parts of this movie to me were perfection, combination of memorable and hilarious. And I didn't think this movie was going to do that, honestly. I thought it was going to be a cheap, run-of-the-mill type of film. And this movie didn't take it didn't waste no time getting straight into it. It knew exactly what it was doing. It knew exactly what audience it was catering to. So obviously this is not going to be for all people, but people that get comedy, people that want to be entertained thoroughly are going to see this movie. The other thing that made me happy is seeing a studio that has the courage to allow their filmmakers, their writers, their directors, producers to go all out. You know, I compare this movie with, a lot of people are going to mention Megan because it goes for a very similar tone. The only thing is Megan, ended up going to PG-13 rating. So teens could end up watching this, so they could, it could be basically this version to this demographic of what Chucky was to the 80s babies. And Cocaine Bear is obviously rated R, as it absolutely should be. It's not it's not holding back at all. I definitely had a blast with this film. It was one of those films that there's no lie about it. You know what I mean? They didn't lie in the trailers or anything like that. The film is exactly what you thought, whatever you got to see. The trailers without spoiling it. It's a barrel of cocaine going crazy in the woods. And that doesn't mean that it's not good, It's actually surprisingly good. It's a movie that I want to rewatch. It was such a good thriller, too, when it comes to that aspect of the film. I was at least on the edge of my seat for most of it. And when you're not on the edge of your seat, you're fucking basically laughing your ass off the seat. It's that funny. The cast is actually very, very good. Kerry Russell, I think, was phenomenal. Alden Ehrenreich, and Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, they're great together in this film. So dynamic. They have great chemistry. The production value, if I was going to say anything, is a little off. But then again, they were catering to kind of this 80s feel. And it's not a super high budget film, but it doesn't look bad. The editing, I think, was well done, especially during the action scenes, and the CGI. I was shocked it was actually pretty good in the film. This was a wild ride. And if you take anything from this film, it's going to be the ambulance scene, which I'm not going to spoil you too much, but that alone makes this movie so worth to watch. It was totally insane, scary, funny, very gory. I was like, this bear is really well made, and most of the scenes with it are literally out there, man, fucking bananas. And there are a lot of different characters throughout the movie. They all have their own subplot, which I enjoyed thoroughly. You can tell that they really wrote and took the time to flesh out these characters. But they, blend pretty well in the story. I was really surprised with this film. When it tends to drag a little bit, where the bear always pops out and has these more fun kills. It's goofy, campy, entertaining. But I think they took it in a really good direction. I think it was great directing, The special effects and the acting were top notch for a film like this. Most of the easy jokes to me landed. The whole theater was laughing out loud. I've never been to a theater where all of us were laughing at the same time throughout the film. This was definitely a good comedy horror entry, and I hope we see more movies like this. Um, Obviously, this movie has nothing special about it. There was no, iconic or revolutionary things that this film obviously is going to be known for, but it ultimately is a really fun popcorn movie, something that I think we needed. A very simple story about a cocaine shipment falling in the wrong place, which in this case is a national park. And, the bear eats it, sniffs it, and becomes very excited, very violent. Obviously, the drug dealers are looking for it, but there are a couple of kids lost and their mother trying to find them. And to my surprise, a campy B film like this actually ended up pretty much an A film. Very well acted, man. Very impressive film. I give this movie 8 out of 10. The film it's an absurd B movie that doesn't take itself seriously. It balances the horror and the humor. The dialogue, I think, is really good for what this movie is. You're gonna go in this just for the cast alone, and overall, entertaining, ridiculous, over the top. It delivers its promises, and it's worth watching. If you're looking for mindless fun, this is it. Go check it out. If you enjoyed this review, just hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and I'll check you out in the next one. Deuces.